Welcome to another edition of the Radio Coffee House Show, where Jesus meets coffee meets talk radio. And the next one starts right now. How's it going, everybody? Clint Armitage with the Radio Coffee House. Thanks for coming back and thanks for listening in. Again, we got another great show for you today. I'm on the road here again, looking at an awesome view, and we have an awesome show today again, because we're going to be talking about purity. Not purity as in the sense of chastity, but we're actually talking about purity in faith. Like a kid's faith, a childlike faith. And where are we going to get this from? Well, I took a few clips of a Netflix show, of a news clip, and also a little clip from the Kelly Clarkson show as well. And it's all about this awesome child of God named Tanner Smith. He's on a show called Love on the Spectrum. It's a show about people that are on the spectrum of autism or Down syndrome, something like that, and they are trying to find love. They're trying to find relationships. And so there's a TV show about it. Well, I took a few clips of there because I really wanted to talk about childlike faith. And I think this one person on the show named Tanner Smith really exemplifies that. A pure childlike faith in God. And it's so like heartwarming. It's really awesome. So let's get into it. We're going to see this audio clip again. He'll introduce himself. Then it goes through kind of parts of the show and what's going on I think like season 2. And then also we're going to listen to a clip from the Kelly Clarkson show where he meets the actor Jack Black. And he's so excited and it's so pure. It is awesome. So let's get into it and then we'll break down what the Bible says about childlike faith. All right, let's do this.
My name's Tanner. I live here in Clemson. The state is South Carolina, and the country is USA.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been in love?
No, sir. No, sir.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
What's a relationship? I forgot.
It's like if you're dating somebody and then when you make it official, you're in a relationship.
No, sir.
Have you ever been on a date?
No, sir.
Tanner knows what he's looking for.
I want her to be beautiful, and I want her to have pretty eyes. I want her to be a Christian. I want her to be very talkative. I don't care what color hair she has.
He gets some really good dating advice from this coach.
When you're dating, nobody is the boss of anybody, right? You guys are together.
Right.
Okay. So what are we doing? We're walking
next to each other.
Yeah. And that way we can stop anytime we want. You could say, look at the orangutans, and I would say, oh, wow. And then I could turn back to you and we could talk.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I think that the orangutans are so cute, and I think they're smart like us. What do you think about the orangutans?
Thank you for asking. That makes me happy. That makes me feel like you care about me.
Tanner lives with some roommates and he works in this hotel with his sister.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Midge.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
How's your day been?
My day's been great, how's your day been?
It's been good?
Yeah, I'm so glad.
What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm vacuuming the rugs, I'm vacuuming the floors, I'm sweeping the bathroom floors, I'm making beds, I'm squeeging the windows, I'm restocking the bathrooms, I'm sweeping outside the front door.
So you're doing your normal job?
Yep, I'm doing my normal jobs.
You're crushing it.
Yeah, I'm crushing it, I am crushing it.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of me too, I'm proud of you too.
Good job. All right.
Thank you, love you.
Love you.
Love you.
See you later.
See you later.
And then it's time for Tanner's dates.
What kind of animals do you like?
I like dolphins, dogs.
I like lions, tigers, and gorillas, and bears, and cows, and horses, and pigs, and chickens, and ducks, and goats, and sheep. And my favorite animal is a gorilla. I'll tell you why I like gorillas, because they're animals with hands. I'll tell you the things I don't like. I don't like skunks, I don't like porcupines, I don't like hyenas, I don't like bugs, I don't like spiders. Are you a dinosaur expert?
Oh, no.
That's okay, because I'm a big dinosaur expert. Hey, do you like to make gingerbread men?
Oh, no.
Do you like to make cookies?
Yes.
Do you like to make brownies?
I like cakes and brownies.
Do you like tacos?
Yeah.
I like tacos too. What do you like about the tacos?
I like chicken and cheese.
Me too. I can't think of anything to say, but I'm still having a good time.
Me too.
Can you think of anything else to say?
No.
That's okay.
So we know how much that you've enjoyed that video, so we asked Jack if he could make another video for you, so check this out.
Okay.
What's up, Tanner? Jack Black here. I still cannot wait to meet you in person, but I'm on the road with a Minecraft movie right now. But luckily, I have insane ninja kung fu powers, which means I can come through these doors and I'm gonna see you right now when I come through these doors.
Jack, I'm your biggest fan because you're a great actor and a good singer, so I'm happy to finally meet you. Jack, I'm happy to finally meet you. Hey, Jack, this is Miz, my younger sister.
Miz, great to meet you.
Miz, I'm so glad we're finally meeting you, Jack. You're here. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm finally meeting you, yeah. And Jack, look, that's my mom is thinking. Where's your my brother Maverick, and we're all your biggest fans.
I'm your biggest fan.
Just like you're my biggest fan. I'm so glad to meet you, Jack.
I'm so happy to finally meet you in person.
Do y'all want to sit down?
Sit down. Hey, Jack, come sit down with me and Mitch. All three of us.
Come sit down.
I can.
Jack,
You're so handsome. You're looking good, Jack. And Jack, you're very active, just like me. And you're very strong, too.
I am. You know what?
Yes.
I do work out a little bit now.
Me too, with my friend Zach.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey,
So what do you...
we should do some weightlifting together. You could teach me some tips.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to get your phone number. We can work out together.
This is happening. Oh my God.
You didn't have to
I gotta
wait.
take off my glasses.
No, I
My
didn't have to
glasses
wait.
are steaming up.
I'm just saying he didn't. His goal, and I'm kind of disappointed for you. It wasn't
That's right,
31,
Mitch.
but you met him before 31. We can check
I
that
didn't have to
out.
wait. That's right, Jack. That's right, Jack.
Hey, I love you on the show, and I can't wait for the next season. And I'm so happy for you for having all of this success and time in your life. And to meet you in person is really amazing for me too.
Yeah, Jack, it's really amazing for me too. Yes, Jack. Yes, Jack. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, thank you so much. This is the best day of my life.
I love it. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're the best, Miss Kelly. Thank you, Miss Kelly.
You are welcome, everybody.
Jack, you're the best.
Hey, you know what?
You're welcome, Jack.
You know what, Tanner?
Look at us both on our busy tours.
Yeah, look at us both on our busy
Finally
tours.
getting to
That's right. We're busy guys, aren't we, Jack?
Okay, awesome audio clip, right? Now, if you don't have a smile on your face from that last part especially, those other parts should bring a smile to your face too, but especially when he gets to meet his favorite person, right? Jack Black. It is so awesome how Tanner responds, and it's just the pureness of his childlike expressions and childlike responses that are so heartwarming. So anyways, that was an awesome little clip there. So really cool. Now, what I'm going to be breaking down and talking about is childlike faith. And what does the Bible have to say about that? And is it important to us? Well, we're going to start off with reading Matthew chapter 18, verses 1 through 5. We'll see what the Bible has to say about that. Okay, verse 1. Again, Matthew chapter 18. Here we go. At the time the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, "Truly, I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me." Okay, we're going to stop right there because I think it makes it very clear when Jesus is talking to his disciples, because the disciples are having a problem here with their little pride game that they're playing about who's going to be the greatest, where are we going to sit? And so they're having their little pride game here. And so Jesus answers by bringing a little kid into the mix because he wanted to tell him where children stand in heaven. And what Jesus is trying to do is getting them to understand that if you're like a child, that's how you're going to be able to enter the kingdom of heaven, because you understand like a child. What does a child do? A child receives from their father. A child receives from their parents. They're led by their parents. They don't do things on their own, right? They follow obediently. That's what children do. Plus, they have minds that are still absorbing, open to the world around them, right? Little children don't have these dogmas already set into their mind, into their brain, where they're stubborn about certain things. Yes, children are selfish and they go through with all the sin just like everybody else. But what I'm talking about is understanding what's going on. Little children don't have this dogma about them. They are totally dependent on their parents, and they follow their parents' lead. They want to be like their parents until they start growing up. But you see, that's what Jesus is saying here. He's saying positionally, kids are lowly, right? They don't try to take the highest spot. And so kids have that lowly position. And Jesus is telling them they have to revert back to thinking like a child. And that's how they're going to enter the kingdom of God. Okay, let's read another passage that kind of talks about this lowly position, the type of thinking we're supposed to have and to identify with Jesus. So we're going to read from the Sermon on the Mount. When Jesus starts speaking about who is blessed, the Beatitudes, we start to see, oh, okay, that's the lowly position. That's the childlike position we have to take in order to understand the kingdom of heaven. We can't be prideful. We can't be stubborn. We have to have a childlike faith. Well, in the Beatitudes, he kind of gives us these lowly positions. And he says how God actually blesses these lowly positions. So let's read it. Here we go. We'll start off in Matthew chapter 5, let's start at verse 1, and then we'll read all the way through, say, verse 10. Okay, here we go. Now, when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on the mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." You can see all these positions from verses 2 through 10. All the people that are blessed are in lowly positions. Heart position has to be lowly. And then that's how we're blessed. That's how we understand and enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, let's look at one more set of verses. Okay, the last set of verses we're going to look at comes from Matthew chapter 20. It's the parable of the workers in the vineyard. Now, I'm going to give an overview for most of it, and then I'll read the last part of it. It's about the kingdom of heaven and a landowner, and what the landowner is trying to do is he's trying to hire workers for his vineyard to take care of the vineyard. And so he agrees to pay them a certain amount, like a denarius for the day, right? Like he goes out, finds some laborers, and then he brings them back to work in his vineyard. And they have agreed to be paid a denarius for the day. Okay. And then later on in the day, a few hours, 9 a.m, it says that he goes out again. The landowner goes out and sees others standing around, and he says, "Hey, you want to work?" And they say, "Yeah." They'll work. And then he says, "Okay, here's what the pay is." And so he says, "Hey, you want to work?" "Yeah, we want to work." So they go out and work. And then they take, whatever the right pay is for that day, that's what they get. And they agree to it. Okay, so then he goes out again at noontime now, does the same thing. He finds more people, and then he does it at 3 p.m. as well. And he finds more people to work. So he's gathering people to work at different times of the day. And then at 5 p.m, he goes out and finds some more people standing around, says, "Hey, you want to work? Come on." And then he brings them back and they start working as well. And so he has everybody working all the way until the evening, right? And then at the end, he tells the foreman to call all the workers back because it's time to pay them. Beginning with the last ones hired, he pays them, and then he goes to the first ones that were hired in the morning and pays them. But they're all together. They see what's going on. So the ones that were hired in the afternoon, literally 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they received a denarius. So when those guys that were hired in the morning saw that guy that just got hired at 5 o'clock got the same amount of pay, they came up, they were expecting, we're going to get more money. We're going to get more because we started in the day and they got a denarius. But remember, they had agreed to a denarius in the beginning. So they got paid a denarius. And then when they got it, they were like, "Hey, wait a minute. This is messed up. Why are you paying them the same amount as you paid us? They only worked for like an hour. And we've been working all day in the heat and we got the same pay." But then the landowner says, "Am I being unfair? Didn't you agree to a denarius for a full day's work? Now go ahead and take your pay and go. If I give what I want to give to who I want to give it to, that's my business because that's my right. I can do with what I want with my money. Plus you agreed to it." And then he ends that with saying, "Or are you envious because I am generous?" And so the last verse here in verse 16 says this: "So the last will be first and the first will be last." Okay, so what's this talking about? Well, you can obviously tell it's not necessarily about the money. Now, for the worker that started early, it was about the money, but that's what Jesus is trying to bring out here. He's trying to bring out the fact that, hey, you agreed to this amount. I paid you this amount. It's fair. It's what we agreed upon. But yet now you're acting jealous just because I want to be generous to someone else. It's all about heart position. It's all about that lowly, childlike position, right? It's a heart position thing. It's not about money. It's not about how much we make, our status, rank. It's about whatever God is doing. We have to take a position like a child, a lowly position. We have to have faith like a child. Really small children would not care if you brought in someone at 9 o'clock, then at 12 o'clock, then at 3 o'clock, then at 5 o'clock to play, right? Okay, so let's turn it into a children's story here to make it more palatable to understand. Let's break it down. So if this were children, let's say the babysitter says, okay, we're going to play a game here. All right, we're going to work. And we're going to work all day. And then the babysitter calls in the first few and they work for a little bit. And then the babysitter calls in the next few and then they work a little bit. And then he does that with different timelines, right? And then at the end, the babysitter goes, okay, everybody's going to get paid for their work. And that's the game, right? And the babysitter pays each child the same thing, a candy bar, a cookie, whatever. But everybody gets the same thing. Little kids would not complain. Little kids wouldn't complain. Why? Because they are just happy to get what they were told they were going to get, that candy bar, that cookie. And they're totally fine with everybody else getting the same thing, even though they may not have done as much work or play as they did, because they're not thinking about that. It's a heart position. So when we listen to Tanner Smith talk, we have to think to ourselves, hey, do we think like this? Do we act like this? Do we have a heart position like that to where you're thankful, you're grateful? And man, it's tough to put ourselves against childlike faith like that. That's why it's so heartwarming to us when we watch someone like Tanner, where we hear him speak, when he talks the way he talks, the exuberance, the excitement, when he meets his favorite actor, Jack Black, and he's super, super excited. And it's just this childlike expressions that warm our heart. And it warms our heart because that's the way God is talking about how we need to understand and deal with not only our own heart position, but how we deal with others. We truly care about them, just like a kid cares about their parents, just like a kid cares about their friends. We have to have faith like that, like a childlike faith. Man, Tanner has it right. Wow, that was an awesome show. Thanks, guys, for letting me talk about all these things that are so exciting, all these things that God has put on my heart to talk about. I appreciate you being a part of this. I really do. And so that's the end of our show today. And man, it was such a touching show with listening to Tanner and how he responds to his life with a childlike faith. So inspiring. All right, guys. Well, until next time, my name is Clint Armitage. This is the Radio Coffee House, and I want you to stay up, stay blessed, and stay safe. Take care now. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Radio Coffee House Show, where we're all about Jesus, coffee, and radio. We'll see you next time.